I often have the habit of visiting my local library to borrow a few old DVDs just for fun, especially cartoons my kids used to love. That day, I happened to stumble across a rather strange DVD case hidden between the regular SpongeBob episodes. The cover didn't feature SpongeBob or any character at all, just a silver, faded sticker with words scribbled in marker. SpongeBob Special Episode. It looked nothing like any official Nickelodeon release I had ever seen. Still, I decided to borrow it. When I put it into the player, the main menu popped up with familiar episodes. But in the extras section, there was a faint, hidden option, no thumbnail, just the words, "The New Krabby Patty." Before the episode began, a warning message appeared in white letters on a black background. Warning. This episode was considered too disturbing for television broadcast. Viewer discretion is advised. I frowned, thinking it was some kind of joke. But when the familiar SpongeBob intro started playing, I had no idea what was coming. In the episode, Plankton released new menu items at the Chum Bucket, stealing all the customers. Mr. Krabs sat in his empty restaurant, staring at an empty cash register. "If I lose me customers, I lose everything," he muttered, drowning his sorrows in cheap liquor. Night after night, he locked himself in the kitchen, working on a secret recipe. By morning, the new Krabby Patty was born. The new burger became an instant hit. Customers swarmed the Krusty Krab, addicted to its strange, rich flavor. The town buzzed with excitement, and profits soared higher than ever. SpongeBob was happy at first, but then he noticed something odd about the meat's texture, something disturbingly human. Soon, strange rumors spread fish and local residents were vanishing. Patrick was the last to disappear after telling SpongeBob, "I want to eat the new Krabby Patty every single day." SpongeBob's suspicion grew. When he tried to check the storage, Mr. Krabs snapped, "No one's allowed down here, not even the boyo." That night, SpongeBob snuck into the cold storage. A sickly sweet, metallic stench filled the air. Under flickering light, he saw bags of meat, dripping red. One label was smeared, but still readable. P. Star. SpongeBob turned Mr. Krabs. Stood behind him, eyes bloodshot, smile twisted. He placed a claw on SpongeBob's shoulder and whispered, "There's the new ingredient." The next morning, the Krusty Krab opened as usual. Mr. Krabs laughed, coins clinking in his register. Customers devoured patties greedily, praising their taste. But SpongeBob was nowhere to be seen. In the corner of the kitchen, half hidden in a dried smear of blood, lay a small white square hat. The screen faded to black, followed by one last line. The next ingredient? I had always admired the bond between Mr. Krabs and Pearl, though they were of two different species. A crab and a whale. The love between them made me believe that family could transcend all boundaries. But then, everything changed. One night, Pearl sobbed bitterly after being mocked by her friends. They said she didn't resemble her father, that she was a misfit. Her cries echoed through the Krusty Krab, breaking my heart. When I asked Mr. Krabs about her real parents, his face turned pale. His claws trembled as he ordered me never to speak of it again. For the first time, I saw fear in his eyes. I began searching on my own, digging through library archives, reading yellowed newspapers, diving into the ocean's darkest trenches. The deeper I went, the colder it felt, as though something waited below. Then I found it. Pearl's parents. Once belonged to a wealthy whale dynasty rulers of a vast maritime empire, until one day they vanished without a trace. In a torn, water-stained newspaper, a headline caught my eye. Whale dynasty disappears at sea. No survivors found. The date matched perfectly. The exact time Mr. Krabs suddenly became wealthy, and when he took Pearl in. I confronted Mr. Krabs when the restaurant was empty. What happened to Pearl's real parents? Why did you take her in then? He froze, eyes burning with fear and anger. After a long silence, his voice rasped. You want the truth, boy? Then listen, but you'll regret it. And he began to confess. He told me he had once worked for Pearl's parents as their steward, guarding their riches. But greed devoured him. He led them into a massive coral cavern, promising hidden treasure. When the tide turned, the cavern collapsed, trapping them. Inside, drowning them in darkness, their cries faded. And when it was over, everything they owned was mine, he said with a trembling laugh. And Pearl, she was all that remained. I took her in, called her my daughter. She laughs. She calls me Dad. She's happy, he whispered. If this truth ever comes out, she loses everything. Do you want that for her, SpongeBob? His claw pressed on my shoulder. For Pearl's sake, bury this secret beneath the sea. And I did. I buried it. Pearl smiled at her father, and I forced myself to smile back. Peace returned, or so I thought. One morning, Pearl never woke up. Bikini Bottom mourned. Mr. Krabs wailed louder than anyone. I thought I saw a father's grief until I read the papers. Pearl had come of age, unlocking her family's inheritance. Upon her death, the entire fortune passed to Mr. Krabs. I looked at him, his eyes red with tears, but beneath them, a flicker of greed burned. And as his laughter echoed through the crusty crab, one dreadful truth consumed me. Had Mr. Krabs ever loved Pearl, or only the treasure she carried within her blood?